Welcome, everybody, to the 2016 Nicholas School of the Environment Commencement and Recognition Ceremony. The first thing to say today is just absolutely congratulations. We got a lot of stuff on tap today, so I'll try to move along, but we are recognizing above and beyond today, first and foremost, the hard work and the accomplishments of the graduates that you see seated in the front before you. We've got 147 professional master's students who are graduating today from a variety of different tracks and programs. 11 of those are earning an MBA along with their MEM degree today. We have 7 who are also earning a Master of Forestry along with their MEM. We have 1 student earning a law degree. We have 11 students here today who are part of our environmental leadership program as well as earning the MEM. We have 1 dog. and we have a really amazing class of doctoral student graduates today, maybe our biggest ever, with 25 students earning their PhD. I want to say a couple things before I launch in at the beginning, and the most important of which is that you're going to hear from many of us today, but today is for you. And today is not only for the graduates, but for all of those who are seated behind them. Those of you who love them, who support them, who have been with them throughout. This is your day, so don't be shy. You want to cheer, you want to participate, you want to do it, you don't have to save it till the end. Have fun today. You want to try to get a picture, come get a picture. Really, today is for you, so please don't worry about that. So, now people are panicking. What is he saying? As I said, you're going to hear from several speakers today, so I'm not going to try to take too much of your time. But I want to say a few words at the outset. These are directed first and foremost to you graduates today, but I hope that many of the rest of you find them applicable too. The Nicholas School, as those of you who are part of it in particular know, is many different things, many different programs, many different areas of study, many different foci. But ultimately, we share a common mission here, and it's to understand the world around us, it's to understand how people interact with that world, and it's to try to figure out how we don't screw it up. None of us can live, or at least not live well, without clean air, without clean water, without a reliable food supply, without a stable enough climate, without the basic and fundamental services that nature around us provides. And on top of that, none of us, I know, really want to live in a world devoid of wild places that bring us the kind of wonder and joy that we all need as a part of our lives. I'm going to talk a little bit today. I'm lucky enough to have spent more than 15 years now in another part of my life where I don't look like this when I'm there, working in one of these extraordinary places. And down in the lower left corner of Costa Rica, there is an area around and near Corcovado National Park where there are just incredible forests that run right up against the ocean. Some of you may have been there and seen it. The trees there are simply astounding. They are the amazing trees of all these different species. And they find life amidst a clay in the soil that literally dates back to a volcano on the seafloor from tens of millions of years ago. And it is the anchoring of those trees in these past eras that allows new life to form every year. And there's a part of that forest, a certain swath of it that's particularly spectacular, where if you so choose, you can sling a rope around some of the tallest of those trees, and you can literally rappel right off the edge of a cliff that's full of this clay down to a wild beach, and along that cliff, you will find fossils of that long-distance sea. It's a place that is wild and peaceful at the same time. And it's a place that, for me, above all, reinforces that for all of our both extraordinary and perilous impact on this planet, we're still just a moment in time. Every time I'm there, I wonder what this place looked like 500 years ago. And in particular, what's it going to look like 500 years from now? Well, not all that long ago, when I was down there at the field station that is the base for our research, I read a really incredible novel. How many of you have read Cloud Atlas? A few? Go read it. No, right now, go. No. It's really an incredible book, and in a number of ways. But the reason I bring it up today, it does what this part of Costa Rica often does for me. It connects across time in ways that are both poetic and powerful. And there are a whole bunch of passages in this book I really like, but I wanted to share two brief quotes from it today. And the first is this one. My life amounts to no more than one drop in a limitless ocean. Yet what is any ocean but a multitude of drops? The thing about that line, though, is that in any ocean, those drops are not the same. Those of you here, those of you graduating today, are both incredibly fortunate to have the talent and the opportunity to be at a university like this one. But you also have a sense of greater purpose that brought you here in the first place. And the world needs you. It really does. You know, I've been studying for more than 25 years now how humans and the planet interact, what we're doing to it, the kind of changes that are coming. It's a kind of career that you in some ways have to maintain a relentless sense of optimism, and I have that for the most part. But I'll tell you that for me, 2016 has been a real wake-up call, even with all those years doing it. We have an Arctic that almost didn't have winter. We have absolute record-setting temperatures. We are seeing fires in Alaska in February. We are seeing extraordinarily damaging fires around Fort McMurray right now. We are seeing profound and crippling droughts everywhere from California to Africa. We're seeing the world's most iconic and large coral reef quite literally dying before our eyes. I'm not looking to bring you down today, but you know, this stuff is tough to take, right? It's not easy, and it's scary, and there's no way around that. That brings me to the second line from Cloud Atlas that I want to share today. And the line goes like this: our lives are not our own. We are bound to others, past and present, and by each crime and every kindness, we birth our future. Because you are graduates of this school, you don't need me to tell you that in many ways, we're not birthing the future we all want for those who come after us. But the more important question, the better question, is how do we change that? And as you've been here and before, you probably see a lot that the answers to that can seem very complicated. You're going to get some who will talk a great deal about needing science, needing the research, needing the data to understand what we're doing and what we might be able to do in the future. That's all true. You're going to find others who are going to talk about needing to change political or economic systems to make a difference. All true, too. But what I want to say today is I think much of the answer lies in one part of that quote. By each crime and every kindness, we birth our future. When we live our lives and we do our work with bravery, with grace, and above all, with kindness, I think we're a lot of the way there. So that's my bottom line message to you graduates today. Give of yourselves. And I don't know where Kevin is. I don't mean write a check to the school. Sorry. I mean, give your time, your understanding, your passion and your compassion. Try to give away your preconceived biases and listen to what others say, and strive to see the very best in everybody that you meet. If you are prone, as many of us are, and it's understandable, to worrying about credit for yourself, to seeking credit for yourself in what you do, try to give that away too. And I think if you do, you'll find that your successes will multiply rapidly. There's an old cliche in a lot of graduate programs. I'm sure all of you have heard it. And it goes something like this. And sometimes you hear it from somebody at the beginning of a program, and sometimes you hear it at the end. And I've always thought it's horrible either way. But it goes like this. It says, look to your left and look to your right. And one of you is not going to be here when you graduate. Or one of you is not going to be in this business in 5 years. Right? You've all heard that one. Well, I'm going to ask something different of you today. Look to your left and look to your right and ask what you can do to make sure that each of those people succeed as you go forward. No matter what career you pursue, no matter where you live, if you live generously and kindly and openly, you're going to inspire others to do the same. And data show, I mean, we're scientists at the end, data show that this is how we're happiest. This is how people are happiest. This is how they come together. It's how they know real love. So why do I bring that up today? because I think that also means it's how we best address the problems that this school sets out to solve. To me, it's how you all can birth the future that we really need. Thank you.